It is Tuesday, the 8th of November, early in the morning. Let's see, 4:42. We're looking at the partially eclipsed moon. So as the moon is setting, it's being increasingly eclipsed. It will be totally eclipsed in a little while. So we're just shooting video for the time being. I don't think I'm going to bother trying for any still shots. Just to shoot video and let the moon come down through the frame here. So we got 20 minutes total recording time on this camera. We're currently at 19 minutes and 10 seconds left. So once the moon gets down towards the bottom of the frame, I'll reposition. But we're just going to let the camera run here. Less than 2 minutes recording time left, but we're just going to let it run. But I think when I start the next clip, this ends, so I think I will decrease the shutter speed somewhat. Maybe also double check the focus to make sure it's focusing. It should be. I thought I had it quite sharp. So the moon is getting towards the middle of the frame. I'd say well over 50% eclipse now, maybe 60-ish. Plenty of recording time left. So yeah, we're just gonna let it run. But I'm actually enjoying shooting video. This is full HD video, by the way. It's not 4K or even higher. Excuse me. This camera, the older Nikon DSLR, and it just does full HD. But when it gets right down to it, if you're looking at the video on a screen from a reasonable distance away, it's not going to be easy to see the difference between full HD and 4K, especially when videos are compressed for television and so on. So one of these days I may upgrade to a 4K video capable camera. In fact, I do have one now that I think about it. It's not mine. A friend has lent it to me. Now that I think about it, I could shoot some 4K. How silly of me to leave that camera at home. So anyhow, we're just going to let this run, and I'm going to check my other camera. It is Tuesday, the 8th of November, going to the morning, 4:46. Looking at the partially eclipsed moon, I'd say it's significantly eclipsed there, probably at least 50%, maybe even 60-ish. I am using a 400mm EIF Nikkor lens from the late 1970s. to the bottom here. We still got plenty of recording time left. Debating about changing the exposure though, because it's getting quite dark. I do want to be somewhat on the underexposed side to have more detail in the surface of the moon, but it's getting pretty murky there. So I think when we reposition, I will probably lower the shutter speed a bit. We're currently at a 50th of a second. But I think I might bring it down to a 30th of a second, 2/3 of a stop. So I just think I should probably reposition now. So let's go. We're gonna move the moon off to the left. Rise up a bit here. That's pretty good. And let's go down to 30th of a second here. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so we're just gonna let it run. And it's coming down at a fairly steep angle, so it should not get too far off to the right as it descends through the frame. We're just gonna let the camera run. Okay, so the moon is slightly below the middle of the frame here, slightly to the right perhaps in the middle of the frame. Got 11 minutes and 15-ish seconds of recording time left. We did adjust the exposure, so it's 30th of a second now. F16 in real terms, F8 on the camera lens, but we got a 2x teleconverter which adds 2 stops. And the ISO is 100, which is the base ISO of this Nikon D800 camera. I'm pretty happy with the video we're getting here. I think I will start to raise the ISO. Not right away. I think we'll let the moon descend through the frame more, but I think when we reposition, at that point I think I'll raise the ISO somewhat to see more detail in the shadow if possible. Here. We're going to let this continue to roll. Not going to adjust the exposure yet. once the eclipse is, let's say, 80% or so, at that point I think I will change that. So raise it to see something to shadow, even if that means letting the lit part burn out or something like that. Okay, getting down to the bottom of the frame here. 9 minutes and 15 seconds of recording time left. I'll let it roll a bit longer before repositioning. But I think I already said that when I do reposition, that I will probably adjust the ISO. See some detail in the shadow. I may even play around with it, like I might even maximize it, you know, just to see what it gives me in terms of seeing some red in there, because when it's total, it'll definitely have a red color. To what extent we'll be able to capture that in video, I'm not sure. With stills, it's not that difficult, but you know, you're limited in terms of the low shutter speed you can use in video. You know, 30th of a second is about as low as you can go. Oh, getting down to the bottom frame, so I think we're going to reposition now. So, oh yeah, off to the left, raise things, raise the moon, lower the camera angle, that is. Now, do I want to adjust the exposure? Let's see what we can do here. That's 200 ISO. Let's go to 400, 500, there's 500. Not really seeing any more detail in the shadow. Let's keep going up, 800. Did I lose focus? I'm not sure if the focus is correct now. I don't think anything should have changed at all. So now we're at 1600. So getting a bit of washout in the lower right there, but I think we're getting. I think we can see some earth shine there a bit. So I think I'm going to leave it as is for the time being. I'm going to go check my other camera, and I'm just not sure if I accidentally knock things out of focus a little bit, but I don't want to mess around too much. So. For now, we'll leave it as is. Oh, wait a minute. It's very hard to tell in terms of focus. I think we're okay. Okay, so we're getting down to the bottom of the frame. So we will reposition. Still got 9 minutes, 35 seconds, 25 left. So reposition. 200 ISO now. F11, 50th of a second. I don't know why it's 50th of a second. Because I could lower it to a 40th or 30th. Trouble. So that might be the next step I take in terms of adjusting the exposure. It's just not going to show. We'll let the camera run. It's still got 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Okie dokie. So we got 4 minutes, 10 seconds recording time. We're just going to let the moon continue to descend through the frame here. And I think once we finish the 20-minute clip, then at that point I'll reconfirm the focus. Because I'm not sure. I don't think I did anything to knock it out of focus, but it just, it's hard to really tell here how sharp it is. It could be my terrible eyesight. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. Yeah, we're just gonna let this run a little longer. Oh, getting down to the bottom of the frame again. 2 minutes and 25 seconds of recording time left. So we're gonna let it run. And yeah, I don't think I'll hit the bottom frame in 2 minutes. Yeah, it might. But either way, you know, we will do some readjustment once this clip ends. So, mentioned it a few times, but it is early in the morning of Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. We're looking at the partially eclipsed moon. It will be total. We're just letting the moon keep an eye on it as it sets here in NDG. Current ISO, I boosted it somewhere to 200. The f-stop's f11, the shutter speed's at 50. Again, I don't know why. And there goes the battery. Change batteries, but probably not before the time runs out. So I'm just going to let this run, but I think I'm ready to put another battery in this camera. Okay, oh, it actually got to the bottom of the frame, all right. So just a few seconds left, so yeah, we'll let this time run out and then we'll re-change everything up.